Hey, what's up? Today, I got something to talk about, and it's something I've been seeing around YouTube, in this space for the past few months, and that is that sometimes you find yourself, you know, pursuing something in life. You have a goal set for yourself, or you got a job lined up a few months down the road, or you're on track to finishing school, and you got one more exam left. And so it's like, what do? You're feeling good about it, and so you go and you tell your friends, okay? So what we're talking about today is how keeping to yourself in times like this can actually help you have a better chance at succeeding in achieving your goals and attaining your, you know, bigger aspirations in life. Okay? So, when it comes to telling your friends about these things, why do you want to tell your friends? Well, we're people. We seek fucking validation. We need that dopamine hit of your friends saying, "Oh, good for you." You want to make your friends proud, right? You want their validation. You want them to think that you are worthy, even though it doesn't matter what they think. You're fucking worthy already, bro. You're doing fucking phenomenal. So, we tell our friends oftentimes because we are seeking validation. And sometimes we're looking for that validation before we even achieve our goals. Okay? And that's what I'm talking about today. So, sorry, I just got to look at my notes here for a second because I've kind of lost my train of thought a little bit. So, looking for validation. Now, sometimes you will mention to your friend a goal that you're chasing or an aspiration you have, and you don't get validation. Instead, you're met with judgment and criticism. And you might think for a second that, okay, is the validation not better than the judgment and criticism? And from moral standpoints, I guess if you're judging your friends morally, you'd want them to support you. So it's like, in a way, it's better. But I'm here to tell you why it is not better when it comes to actually achieving your goals and striving for success. So, we're going to start with validation. Validation is one of those things. Everybody wants to feel it. Everybody likes to feel it. So we actively pursue it, which is why you'll tell your friends about every little aspect of your life. Okay? I'm just going to refer to my notes for another second here. Okay? So, if you tell your friends about what you're doing and they give you validation and you haven't even started yet, well, then it's kind of like there's a little choice you have to make. And if you don't actively think about it or do anything about it, your mind's going to make that choice for you. And that choice is if you just accept the validation, don't do anything, and keep moving forward, or if you use that validation as motivation to help you stride for success. Now, if that's not something you think about after your friend says, "Oh my God, that's so cool, I'm so proud of you," if that's not something you think right away, your mind's going to make that choice for you, and it's going to tell you, ditch that idea. You already felt good about it. It already made you feel good. It benefited you. Don't bother doing anything more with it, right? So that's what validation does for you. Is it takes away the value of your ideas and your goals by giving you that instant gratification that we're all looking for before you even dip your toe in the water, to like actively push towards this goal, because you already had a chance you already got something from it. So you diminish the value of the goal itself. Okay. Now, as for judgment and criticism is like this. It's really straightforward. You say, "Oh, I'm gonna stop drinking alcohol every single weekend. I'm gonna reserve it for special occasions. And you're in college and all your friends are drinking every weekend, and so you bring that up to your friends and they're like, "Oh, dude, don't even bother because we're all in the same boat, and when we're done college, we're all gonna stop." It's like, okay, that's a somewhat compelling argument for a lot of college students, and I know if any of you are in college, you've probably been there and you've probably been in a very similar situation. I know I have. And I know a few other people who have been, and I've received the same advice, and that is, don't take their word for it. Don't, because that's peer pressure to keep making these bad decisions. And I'm not saying it's a bad decision. It's just, if you make the decision to try and improve yourself on that front, and your friends are, holding on for dear life, trying to keep you in that lifestyle so they don't feel bad about themselves, then it's like there's no benefit. They're gonna drag you down to their level because whatever fucking reason, they might think, oh well, you're trying to make this change, you think you're better than us, whatever. I'm no sociologist, I'm no social expert, and I've probably rambled about this subject for too long. But anyways, receiving negative judgment and criticism for setting goals for yourself is oftentimes pretty effective when it comes to just deterring you from chasing that goal at all. Like if you say, oh, I'm going to quit smoking, and your buddy's like, oh, that's stupid. Well, it's really fucking easy to just say, okay, well, I'm not going to quit smoking then. I don't even know the word to use. I guess it would be complacent. Like somebody counters your thoughts and ideas with something that doesn't really make sense, but because you were so used to being an agreeable person, you're just going to take their word for it and you're going to give up on your goal. So where do we go from here? Obviously, judgment and validation was bad, and I also talked a little about how seeking the validation and getting that instant gratification is also bad because it diminishes the value of your goal. So where do we go from there? If both outcomes are bad, and the only thing they have in common is that you told your friends about your goals or whoever else, then the answer is straightforward. Just don't tell anybody. Work hard in silence. Let the success make the noise. That is a quote from Frank Ocean. Sometimes you'll be pursuing something and you will need, some sort of support. You'll be pretty stressed out and you need to tell somebody like what's going on, and you'll need that bit of emotional support, right? So what do you do in that situation? Well, there's two ways to go about this, right? Say your goal is unique and you don't share it with anybody in your life. Then you need to choose somebody who not only cares about you, but is also willing to help you grow as a person. You need to carefully pick who you're going to tell about this, because in a situation where you're seeking support, it's not so much the validation or the criticism that comes into play. It's more emotional on that level. Another way to do this is, like I said, if your goal is mutual, or somebody who has that same goal, talk to them, because they're most likely going to understand, and they might even be in a similar situation. So, yeah. At the end of the day, it's your life. We all have the freedom to make choices for ourselves. That's one of the joys of, modern society, I guess. Even though Some people might argue about that, but it's your life. You got the freedom to make your own choices, and you can't let anybody get in the way of you making good choices for yourself. All right. So thanks for watching. I hope this video was useful for at least one person out there. So bye for now. And yeah, my tone changed quite a bit throughout this video, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but that's what I got. So let me know what you think in the comments. See ya.